Hi friends, welcome to this yoga mobility class. We really focus on our joints, making sure we articulate them in order to not lose our mobility in the long run. So we'll start into hands and knees, okay? And from here, simply start by spinning and flipping the right hand with the fingertips pointing towards the knee. And from here, let's start spinning towards the right, creating circles. So this time the spin is with our entire body, not just with our hips. You can make sure that we really create a circumference on a horizontal plane. And you can bend also the right elbow, of course. Put a breath on it, perhaps inhaling on the way in front and exhaling on the way back. And you can spin at your own rhythm, of course. Good. Then come back to center, bring your right hand just below behind your head, and from here exhale, right elbow to left hand, and inhale, open towards the right. And then back to center. This time we flip the left hand towards our knees, and we can start spinning in an anti-clockwise direction, so towards the left. Make sure your gaze is forward. And then from here, left hand, back of your head, inhale, open up towards the left, and exhale, left elbow, right hand. And then back to center. Good. Fantastic, guys. Now interlace your fingers to the webbing like this, and you can create a third hand just below your chest. Okay, so make sure you're really planting the hands to the ground with even the pinky fingers, and then from here simply bend both elbows looking forward, and then exhale, elevate your spine and round it, making sure that your gaze goes towards your navel. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten, and fold. So it's kind of cat cows, but really trying to maximize the range, the articular range in the shoulder. Make sure that your entire hands are pressing the floor away and not just the base of your wrists. So it's really an active press of your hands. And also make sure that your breath is in the pose. So perhaps you can inhale and then exhale when you round your spine. Inhale, you arch, and exhale, you round. Nice. And then come back to center. This time, if you wish, you can also flip both hands through the webbing, but in the opposite side. So it's really a funky way. If this is not comfortable for you guys, you can skip it, or you can keep doing whatever you were doing earlier. And from here, simply stay here with your gaze forward, perceiving a strong stretch in your forearms. Just a couple of seconds. I'm not gonna torture you too much today with this exercise, even though it's really useful, especially if you train your forearms a lot. That's a super nice stretch. Good. Now sit on your heels. You can shake a bit your hands. and then come back into hands and knees, step, tuck your toes and step into downward dog. Inhale, come to plank. You can adjust the pose. Perhaps you can walk both hands a bit forward so your plank is straight, and then come back to forward fold with your knees bent. You can even walk a bit your feet here. You can walk your dog, extending one leg then the other. And then take one little step, just a few inches, with both feet, just to make sure that the pose is a bit shorter. And then from here, bring the left hand just outside of the right ankle, and your gaze goes below your right armpit. Breathe here. And then switch to the other side. Of course, you can bend your knees. Really make sure that you're twisting, starting from your hips. Then come back to center and repeat that in a dynamic way. So, left hand, right ankle, right hand, left ankle. You can do it at your own rhythm. Just find a rhythm and stick to it and place your breath on it. So you know that your energy, according to the traditional Chinese medicine, but also according to the yoga practices, it's not really moving through the muscles. It's really moving in your joints, in your articulations. And that's really important because many times, we train our muscles. I personally do strength training as well, but at the end of the day, having healthy joints, it's really key for longevity, for movements that allow you for, a good life overall. Because, okay, you can stop the movements here and just relax into downward dog. But I was saying that it's really important to maintain this mobility through the years, because having, a strong body and or big muscles, it's not synonym of having the possibility and the mobility to do movements that are needed in our daily lives. So this is why yoga or traditional medicine movements are really about mobility in our articulations, in our joints. Come to plank, bring your knees to the mat. And then you can sit again on your heels, shake a bit your hands here. And then from here we can simply come into your feet at the end of the mat and unfold into a forward fold. So you can bend your knees as much as you need to. Okay? So you can even be super bended. You can bring both hands in front of you. And then from here we will organize a bit our forward fold. So first of all, make sure you have two fists and you place them in between the arches of your feet. That's the distance of your hips. That's the reference we will measure our pose in. Then we can come back with both hands in front of us. And the action I will ask you to do is really to place the weight forward in your feet. So the heel should not move, but you can perceive that there is a force that wants to move and elevate your heels, all right? So by doing so, we will perhaps be able to make sure that the pose is actually a fold from your hips. So we don't want a fold from our back, we want a fold that starts from the hips. And then you can walk your hands back towards your feet, okay? You can stay with your knees bent as much as you need to. And then you can grab the opposite elbows with opposite hands on top of your heads. So you can stay here, but really the key here is to bend your knees. Then once you find the correct contact between your thighs and your abdomen, what will happen is that you will feel much more comfortable because you have the security of your upper body resting into your lower body. And by doing so, you will be able to release your head heavy towards the floor. You can move your weight a bit forward into the balls of your feet, and from there perhaps you will find the security to really start the movement of straightening your legs. So I don't want you to straighten your legs all the way, just feel the possibility there, okay? And of course, breathe in the pose. Breathe there, allow for the gravity to do its work, let your head heavy towards the ground. Make sure that each inhale and each exhale are directed towards the back of your lumbar spine, making sure we find and we give a signal to our nervous system that we're safe, that it's safe to bend, and then it is a possibility for us. Okay, so you can stay with your knees bent here, just making sure you find that sensation of contact between the lower part and the upper part of the body, allowing us to even fold a bit more into the pose. Now you can bring the left hand outside of the right ankle and the right hand outside of the left ankle, and open the pose. Open your feet wide as your mat. And from here, bring your left hand towards the left, scoop it back and up towards the sky, and then replace it back on top of the right ankle. Then take your right hand and do the same towards the right. Okay, so we're like swimming in the ocean, making sure that we're actually exploring each side on its own circumference, first towards the left, then towards the right. Don't lose your breath here. Make sure you do big inhales and exhales through the nose. You can stay with your knees bent and simply swim one side and then the other. You can even make the movement a bit more fluid here. So perhaps you can place your hands just above your feet without touching your ankles if this is more comfortable and feels better for you guys. And you can keep going here. That's an amazing movement. It's really about articulating all of our key joints. And perhaps you will also hear some weird sound coming from your bones and articulations, as I'm hearing actually a lot. And then back to center. You can bring both hands in front of you. Take a deep stretch of your spine. Nice. And then simply bring your knees to the ground and sit on your heels. Now we'll end the practice with a seated position, so you can come seated and turn towards the camera. You can bring both feet together, so the sole of your feet together, and it's really about the opening of your hips as well. This pose, you can bring blocks behind, or books or whatever you have, like cushions or pillows below your knees, and you can simply stay here. I would ask you to do is really make sure that you're sitting on your sitting bones, meaning that the posture is straight, it's up. You have a straight line between your chest, your shoulders, and your hips. And then from here, if it's comfortable for you guys, you can fold forward a bit. So I'm not asking to round your spine. It's really about coming forward with a straight spine. Okay? And you can simply stay here. And if the pose looks like this, it's totally fine. So do not force anything. You can use props to make sure that it feels more comfortable. You can lengthen your breath here, especially your exhale. Make sure it's coming out through the nose. You can take a long inhale through the nose, perhaps closing your eyes, and then long exhale through the nose. Good. Inhale, come back seated slowly. You can remove your blocks if you had them. Then one last pose, always seated. You'll come with your legs forward, okay? You can bend your knees here, and then you can make sure that your abdomen is in contact with your legs, with your thighs, okay? So it's okay if you have to bend the knees this much, it's really not a problem. So actually, let's start from this posture. You can grab from the outside the sole of your feet, and then what I ask you to do here, it's really come back with your glutes in the mat until it's comfortable. When it's not possible for you guys, just stop. Otherwise, you can move backward to re-understand, how far you can go. The important thing is to keep breathing, of course, and to make sure that you have a contact between your abdomen and your thighs. And then once you find the pose, for example, in this case, for example, like this, you can simply stay here, and you can also make sure that your head gets heavy towards the floor. So if you don't have blocks, I really suggest you to buy them. They're really cheap and they're very helpful in order to make sure we adapt the poses to our body. This is very important in the Iyengar yoga, which of course uses props for pretty much every pose, and I've been practicing Iyengar for 5 years in the past. So I find them very helpful. In this case, you can use a block to place it below your head, or you can even use blocks and place them below your knees, creating a support which makes the pose much more comfortable actually. If you have a third block, it will be ideal here below your head. So you can simply breathe here. And the force of gravity will do its job. Inhale, open your eyes. Now you can interlace opposite hands to opposite elbows before you move your head, and then slowly, really one vertebra at a time, you can unfold the pose, coming back upwards. Nice. Stretch both arms towards the sky. Make sure you find the two direction, your legs pointing forward and towards the floor, your arms towards the sky. And then exhale, release. You can take out your blocks. Actually, you can take one block and you can sit on it in Virasana, which means that the blocks is in between your heels, and you can place your glutes in between your heels as well. Bring your hands on your thighs with the palm facing upwards. Close your eyes. Make sure you align your back so your shoulders stacked over your hips and your head sitting in the middle of your shoulders. Nice. Long inhales and long exhales here. And then slowly open your eyes. Thanks, guys. I really enjoyed your presence in this class. It was a very quick yoga routine, but very important in order to really make sure that we move our articulations, our joints, which is where our vital force flows. So thanks for showing up. Thank your body and your commitment to show up. I really appreciate your presence. If you didn't already, please subscribe to the channel. It's really important for me as a small creator, and I will see you soon in the next practices. Namaste. Ciao.